In a world filled with mysterious and mind-blowing stuff, there are a lot of bizarre and extremely rare medical conditions that you may not believe they exist. They might seem like fiction, but they are real. So let's have a quick peek about some of these offbeat conditions. The foreign accent syndrome. Foreign accent syndrome is a speech disorder that causes a sudden change to speech, so that a native speaker is perceived to speak with a foreign accent. The first case was reported in 1907, and since that time, only 100 cases have existed. FAS is caused by damage in the part of the brain that controls the rhythm and melody of the speech. The cases that have been documented in the world include accent change from Japanese to Korean, British English to French, American English to British English, and Spanish to Hungarian. Progeria. It's also known as Hutchinson-Gilford progeria syndrome. It's a rare genetic condition that causes a child's body to age fast. Most kids with progeria do not live past age 13. It affects 1 in 4 million births worldwide. This condition does not affect intellectual development or the development of motor skills such as sitting, standing, and walking. Fatal familial insomnia. It's an inherited prion disease that mainly affects the thalamus, the part that controls the sleep-wake cycle, and it also helps the different parts of the brain to communicate together. People with this condition may have trouble falling asleep or staying asleep, what causes a lot of problems mentally and physically because of insufficient sleep. People with this condition often live for about 2 years after the symptoms start to appear. Congenital insensitivity to pain. It's a condition that inhibits the ability to perceive physical pain. From birth, affected individuals never feel pain in any part of their body when injured. They can feel the difference between sharp and dull, hot and cold, but cannot sense the pain that comes from touching a hot material. This lack of pain awareness often leads to an accumulation of wounds, bruises, broken bones, and other health issues that may go undetected. Water allergy. Water allergy doesn't mean that a person can't drink water. Of course he can, but he can't let it get to his skin. This is a type of hives that causes a skin rash to appear after direct contact with water. It's a form of physical hives and is associated with itching and burning. Hives from this condition may be triggered from many sources of water including rain, snow, sweat, and tears. According to the 2011 report, there are fewer than 100 cases of water allergy reported in the medical literature. Brewery syndrome. This is a rare condition that makes the person drunk without even drinking. The body of people with this syndrome turns carbohydrates included in the diet into alcohol. Brewery syndrome happens as a result of an underlying condition such as gastrointestinal disease and microbiome imbalance. Sleeping Beauty syndrome. It is a rare disorder that causes recurring periods of excessive sleepiness. In some cases, this means up to 20 hours of sleep a day. Patients normally experience about 20 episodes over a decade. That also triggers anxiety and depression, primarily because they don't know when the next episode will occur and how long it will last. This syndrome occurs at a rate of 1 in 1 million person. Fish odor syndrome, or it's also known trimethylaminuria. This genetic condition causes the body to be unable to break down the chemical trimethylamine, which is found in certain foods as eggs, liver, fish, and other vegetables. Trimethylamine has a very strong smell similar to that of rotting fish. In people with this condition, trimethylamine builds up in the body, causing it to give off a strong fish-like odor. The odor is released through breath, sweat, urine, and reproductive fluids. Trimethylaminuria does not have any associated health problems, but the strong odor may affect people socially and psychologically. Exploding head syndrome. Exploding head syndrome is a parasomnia. A parasomnia involves undesired events that come along with sleep. The exploding head consists of loud noise like a violent explosion has gone off in the person's head. It can also occur when the person woke up at night. Despite its scary sounding name, the exploding head syndrome usually isn't a serious health problem, although there are only hallucinations. The noises in exploding head syndrome feel very realistic at the time they occur. The loud noises typically only happen when the person is going between sleep stages and usually goes off once the one is awake.